The gym was full of noise that day. Punching bags were shaking. Training pads were hitting again and again. The sound of shoes sliding on the floor echoed from every corner. People were sweating, shouting, laughing, and practicing their moves. It looked like a normal day. But nobody knew that something very strange was about to happen. Something that people would talk about for months. At exactly 4 p.m., the gym door opened slowly. A small girl, around 9 years old, walked in with her father. She looked tiny compared to everyone else in the gym. Her steps were quiet, her face calm, and she held her hands together like she was shy. Her brown hair was tied in a simple ponytail. She wore a plain white t-shirt and small sneakers that made almost no sound. A few people noticed her. They did not pay much attention. After all, this was a martial arts gym. Strong men, fast women, and serious fighters trained here every day. A little girl did not look like someone who belonged here, but one person noticed her more than others. His name was Master Ryan. He was a tall, muscular man in his late 30s. He was a black belt, one of the strongest fighters in the gym. He had trained in martial arts for more than 20 years. People respected him, feared him, and admired him. His presence alone made others stand straight. Master Ryan looked at the little girl and smirked. "What is she here for?" he said loudly. "To fight her teddy bear." The people around him laughed. They thought it was funny. Master Ryan always joked around, and today he felt extra confident. The little girl, however, did not laugh. She simply bowed politely. Her bow made the gym go quiet for 1 second. Master Ryan raised an eyebrow. "Oh, she knows manners. Cute," he said. His tone was still playful, almost teasing. The girl's father stepped forward. "We are here for training," he said softly. "She wants to learn." Master Ryan chuckled again. "Learn in this gym? She is too small. She might get scared just by watching." But the girl kept standing there, silent, calm, and steady. Her eyes were focused on Master Ryan, but she did not look scared at all. She looked ready. One of the other students whispered to another, "She should go to a kids' class." "Not here," someone else said. "Maybe she will cry and run away." The girl heard everything, but she didn't react. Her father gently placed a hand on her shoulder. "You don't have to fight anyone," he told her. But the girl shook her head slowly. Master Ryan noticed this. "Oh, you want to show something?" he asked. The girl nodded. Several people turned their heads. A few stopped their training. Everyone was curious now. Why was this little girl not scared? Why was she staying so calm? Master Ryan decided to play along. "Okay," he said. "Let's have some fun." He called everyone's attention. "People, watch this. Today, I will train the bravest little girl in the city." A few laughs broke out. Some people took out their phones to record, expecting something funny. The gym was now focused on her. Master Ryan stood in front of the girl. He thought this would be a small moment, a joke, something light. He thought she would maybe punch slowly and run back to her father. But the moment she took her stance, everything changed. Her feet moved in perfect position. Her hands came up smoothly. Her shoulders relaxed. Her eyes locked onto Master Ryan like she was studying him. For the first time, he stopped smiling. The room slowly grew silent. Even the punching bags stopped swinging. It felt like the air had become heavy. Nobody could explain why. But something about the girl's posture felt serious, too serious for a child. Master Ryan cleared his throat. "Okay, show me what you can do," he said. But this time his voice had less confidence. The narrator's voice enters. Nobody in the gym knew that the next few minutes would change everything. The story begins. The gym was watching closely now. People who were training a few minutes earlier had slowly stopped what they were doing. Some leaned against the wall, some sat on the floor, and some stood with their arms crossed, waiting to see what would happen next. A strange silence filled the large room. It was the kind of silence that appears before something unexpected. Master Ryan stood in front of the little girl with a smile that was half joke and half curiosity. He had trained hundreds of students before. Some were strong, some weak, some nervous, some overconfident. But this girl was different. She showed no fear, no nervousness, no excitement. Just calm, controlled focus. That alone was enough to make him take her a little more seriously. The girl's father stepped back slowly, giving her space. His face showed no fear either. It was almost like he knew what was coming. That made a few people whisper to each other. Maybe she really knows something. Or maybe her dad is just overconfident. Master Ryan will end this in 1 second. The girl kept her stance steady. Her breathing was slow and deep, the kind of breathing trained fighters used. Her small hands were closed into fists, but not tightly, just enough to be ready. Master Ryan took a small step forward. "Okay, little warrior," he said. "Let's start slow. Show me your best punch." Everyone thought she would throw a soft, weak punch. A childlike punch. Something cute. Something funny. But she didn't move. Instead, she waited. She waited for him to move first. Master Ryan frowned. "You want me to start?" he asked. The girl nodded. A few people laughed quietly. A few others looked confused. Master Ryan lifted his right hand gently and made a slow, easy punch toward her shoulder. He did not use any power. It was only a test. Light move to check her reaction. But the girl did something nobody expected. She stepped sideways, so smoothly and so quickly that his hand missed her by inches. The movement wasn't childish or random. It was controlled. It was trained. It was sharp. Master Ryan blinked twice. The audience gasped softly. The girl returned to her stance. It's like nothing happened. "Huh," Master Ryan said under his breath. "Interesting." He tried again, a bit faster this time. The punch was still not strong, but it was quick enough that an average adult might struggle to avoid it. But she avoided it again. She didn't just dodge it, she read it. She moved at the exact right moment, like she already knew where his hand would go. A few more people gathered around. Someone recorded with their phone now, but quietly, as if they didn't want to break the tension. Master Ryan's smile faded slowly. "Okay," he said. "Now let's try something real." He raised his hands and took a small fighting stance, but it wasn't aggressive. It was the stance of someone testing a beginner's skill. He threw a small combination, tap punch, low tap kick. Nothing strong, nothing dangerous. The girl responded like she had trained for years. She blocked the punch lightly, then stepped back from the second one, then lifted her leg just enough to avoid the low kick. Master Ryan stopped moving. People stopped breathing. The girl stood still again, calm, steady, silent. Someone whispered, "What is happening?" Another said, "Master Ryan is getting tested." The father watched with a proud but quiet smile. Master Ryan exhaled. "All right," he said, now more serious. "You're not here to joke. You want a real challenge?" The girl nodded once again. Her nod was small but strong. It carried confidence much bigger than her size. Master Ryan pointed to the open space in the center of the gym. "Come here," he said. "Let's see how far your skills really go." The girl walked forward without fear. The gym watched with complete silence. This was no longer a joke. This was a challenge. This was the real beginning. The gym floor felt strangely cold under everyone's feet now. The air had changed. The laughter from earlier was gone. The sound of punching bags had stopped. Even the soft music playing in the background seemed quieter. All eyes were locked on one small girl standing in the open space of the gym. She looked tiny under the bright lights, but her presence felt bigger with every passing second. Master Ryan walked toward her slowly. His steps were careful now, not joking, not playful. He wasn't smiling anymore. His face had a different expression, something between curiosity and disbelief. He still didn't think she could beat him, but he knew now that she was not ordinary. Her movements had already shown that. The girl took her stance again. Feet apart, knees slightly bent, hands up, calm, breathing. No shaking, no fear. Master Ryan circled her once, studying her posture. "Who taught you to stand like that?" he asked. She stayed silent. Her silence made him even more curious. The girl wasn't there to show off. She wasn't there to talk. She wasn't even there to impress. She was simply there to face the challenge in front of her. Master Ryan lifted his right hand. "All right," he said. "Let's test your speed." He moved quickly, much quicker than before. His hand shot out toward her shoulder lightning fast, the kind of speed that always caught beginners. But the girl didn't just dodge. She reacted before his hand reached her. She moved her head sideways with perfect timing, her ponytail swinging gently behind her. Gasps filled the room. "Just happened?" A man whispered. "Did she see the punch coming?" Someone else said. But Master Ryan was not done. He threw another. Punch faster. She stepped back just the right amount. He moved again, this time a low punch toward her stomach. She tilted her body up lightly, avoiding contact by a small inch. Master Ryan stopped for a second. "Unbelievable," he muttered. His students were staring in shock. Some of them adults who had trained for months and never dodged his punches so perfectly. The girl didn't even look tired. Master Ryan wiped sweat from his forehead. He wasn't embarrassed yet, but he was surprised, deeply surprised. "Okay," he said with a straight face. "Now I try something different." Before she could respond, he moved with a quick combination. A fast jab, a second jab, a fake punch, a real punch, a low kick, a step and push. The girl reacted like water flowing around rocks. Smooth, calm, controlled, she dodged the jabs. She blocked the fake punch. She stepped back from the real punch. She lifted her knee to avoid the low kick. And then, most shocking of all, she slid sideways. When he attempted to push her, Master Ryan actually stumbled forward a little. People burst into whispers. "What is she? She's too fast. How can a 9-year-old move like this?" Some people recording the scene zoomed in. Their hands were shaking because they knew they were witnessing something special. The girl's father stood at the back, his arms crossed. He didn't cheer. He didn't shout. He didn't even smile big. He only looked calm, like this was normal. Master Ryan took a deep breath. "You're reading my moves," he said quietly. "A child shouldn't be able to do that." The girl still didn't answer. Master Ryan tapped his foot lightly on the ground. "All right then. Let me see your attack." The room went silent again. Everyone leaned forward. Nobody expected a child to have an attack strong enough to surprise a black belt. But after her dodges, people were not sure what to expect anymore. The girl stepped forward. Her movement was small but firm. She raised her hand as if preparing to punch, but she didn't punch. She waited for Master Ryan to react. Master Ryan lifted his guard quickly, and at that exact second, she lowered her hand and tapped his ribs lightly. A gentle touch, soft but perfectly timed. He froze. How did she do that? The audience gasped again, for the first time in a long time. Master Ryan felt something he hadn't felt in years. He was being outsmarted, and it was only the beginning. The gym felt different now. It didn't feel like a training place anymore. It felt like a small stadium where a silent, serious battle was happening. Every person inside stood completely still. No one hit the punching bags. No one stretched. No one practiced their kicks. All movements had stopped. Even the air felt heavy, like it knew something big was happening. Master Ryan took a step back. The light tap on his ribs still surprised him. It was not painful, but it was perfectly placed. A tap like that required timing, awareness, and precision skills even adults struggled to master. But a 9-year-old girl had done it with ease. He looked at her again. She still stood calmly with her hands up. Her small chest rose and fell gently as she breathed, steady and controlled. She didn't smile. She didn't look proud. She didn't look scared. She simply watched him, waiting for his next move. That expression made Master Ryan feel a type of pressure he wasn't used to. The crowd whispered behind him. She touched him. She actually touched him first.
Oh.
She's reading everything he does. A young boy whispered loudly. Enough for others to hear? Is she? A genius. Master Ryan raised his hand to silence the whispers. He needed to think. This wasn't a joke anymore. This wasn't even training. This was a challenge to his skill, his knowledge, his control. He had taught martial arts for years. He had faced strong fighters, fast fighters, and unpredictable fighters, but he had never faced someone this calm, this sharp, and this small. He cleared his throat and moved forward again. "All right," he said softly. "Now I will use proper speed. Be ready." The girl nodded, her ponytail moving slightly with the motion. Master Ryan exhaled deeply. He took a full fighting stance this time. His posture changed solid, firm, the stance of a real black belt preparing for a real opponent. His students recognized this stance instantly. It meant he was going to take things seriously now. The room grew colder. Without warning, Master Ryan moved. His punch shot forward fast, far faster than before. No jokes. No play. Real speed. The girl leaned to the side at the perfect moment. The punch missed her cheek by millimeters, before the crowd could react. Master Ryan turned his hip and launched another punch from the opposite direction. She ducked under it like she expected it. Master Ryan didn't stop. He added a fast kick, something he usually used to surprise adult fighters. The girl stepped back not in fear, but in perfect timing. Like she had practiced this many times before, Master Ryan landed on the mat, sliding a little. His eyes widened. She's not reacting, he thought. She's predicting. His heart beat a little faster. The crowd's shock grew. How is she avoiding everything? She's like a shadow. Master Ryan can't hit her. The girl didn't change her stance. She didn't blink. She didn't lose breath. She looked like she could continue this for hours. Master Ryan swung again. This time a combination meant for experienced fighters. A high punch, low kick, elbow tap, shoulder push quick movements designed to overwhelm an opponent. She avoided all of it, every single move. Life flowing water soft. Smooth, but always in the right place, at the right moment. Master Ryan stepped back, breathing harder than before. "This is not normal," he whispered. The girl looked at him. For the first time since entering the gym, she spoke. Her voice was soft, almost like a whisper. "May I try now?" The gym froze. Master Ryan blinked. "You want to attack?" She nodded. The crowd held their breaths. Master Ryan took his stance again. "Okay," he said. "Show me." The girl stepped forward slowly. There was no rush, no fear. She raised both hands gently. Then she moved fast. Her small feet glided across the mat. Her hand reached toward Master Ryan's shoulder. Before he could block it, she changed direction instantly and tapped his wrist instead. A clean hit. The gym exploded with gasps. She touched him again. How is she doing that? Master Ryan lowered his hands completely now. For the first time in many years, he felt something strange. Respect. Deep respect. He bowed slightly to the girl, and the gym became completely silent. Something unforgettable was happening. Master Ryan stood still, breathing slowly, trying to understand what had happened. The little girl had tapped his wrist with such precision that even advanced fighters failed to do it. It wasn't luck. It wasn't accident. It was skill pure, controlled skill. The gym felt like it had stopped moving. Every student stood frozen, waiting to see what Master Ryan would do next. Even the air felt heavy with suspense. Master Ryan lifted his head and looked at the girl. She was back in her stance again, breathing calmly. Not a single sign of pride or excitement appeared on her face. She looked ready for whatever came next, like nothing had happened yet. He wiped sweat from his forehead and took a deep breath. "You're very fast," he said softly. "Faster than I expected." She didn't speak, only watched him with steady eyes. "All right," Master Ryan continued. "Now I will give you a real challenge." The gym leaned forward. People whispered, "What challenge? Is he going to kick? Is he going to grapple?" Master Ryan raised one finger in the air. "Touch my shoulder," he said. "Just once." If you can touch it, you win. Gasps went through the room. Touch his shoulder? That was one of the hardest tasks in his training routine. His students tried it all the time, and almost none succeeded. Even fast adults struggled to land such a touch on a trained black belt. A small girl doing it. Impossible. Or at least, that's what everyone thought. The girl didn't hesitate. She nodded once. Master Ryan widened his stance. He lowered his center of gravity, keeping his arms ready. His eyes locked onto the girl. He was not going to play anymore. He was going to use real speed, real defense, real focus. If she succeeded now, it wouldn't be a small achievement. It would be something extraordinary. Ready? He asked. The girl bowed slightly. The gym held its breath. Master Ryan moved first, just a small shuffle. Testing her reaction speed. She didn't move. He stepped again. Lightly fake shifting his weight, she didn't react then, without warning. She took a slow step forward. Master Ryan raised his guard quickly. The girl stared at his shoulder, then at his hands, then at his feet. She wasn't rushing. She was studying him like a puzzle. He stayed alert, waiting for her to strike. Finally, she moved. But she didn't run. She didn't jump. She didn't kick. She simply walked toward him with slow, careful steps. This confused him. Slow movement usually meant weakness. But with her, it felt like something else. Something smart. Something planned. She reached a distance where she could touch him, maybe. But Master Ryan quickly shifted to the right, keeping his shoulder away. The girl followed. He moved left. She followed again. It was like a silent dance. Step after step, she tracked him with her eyes, predicting his movements before he made them. Master Ryan's breathing grew heavier. She's reading me, he thought. Again. Then, suddenly, the girl lowered her eyes and looked at the floor. Master Ryan hesitated for half a second. In that half second, everything changed. She rushed forward with a burst of speed nobody expected. Her small feet slid across the mat so smoothly that she almost looked like she was floating. She leaned slightly to the left, making Master Ryan think she was going to his left shoulder. He reacted instantly, stepping right to avoid her touch, but that was exactly what she wanted. The girl switched direction mid-step so fast, so clean, so sharp, then lifted her hand and tapped his right shoulder before he even realized what she had done. Tapped a soft, tiny sound, but it hit the gym like an earthquake. Master Ryan froze. The room exploded. She touched him. No way. She actually did it. The girl stepped back calmly and bowed. Her breathing stayed steady, her expression unchanged, like she had done nothing amazing. But everyone else knew the truth. She had done something. It's unbelievable. Master Ryan slowly placed his hand on the spot she touched. He looked at her with wide eyes, respectful, shocked, and almost emotional. For the first time in years, he whispered, "Unreal. Absolutely unreal." The entire gym was speechless, and the moment became something nobody there would ever forget. The gym was completely silent, the kind of silence where even breathing could be heard. Master Ryan stood frozen, with his hand still resting on his shoulder. A little girl, a soft-spoken, shy-looking 9-year-old, had just defeated his challenge. She had touched the shoulder of a black belt, something even experienced adults struggled to do. The students stared as if they were watching something impossible happen right in front of them. The girl stood calmly, her hands by her sides, waiting for Master Ryan to speak. She didn't smile. She didn't jump in excitement. She behaved as if the task had been simple, as if she had done it many times before. Slowly. Master Ryan lowered his hand and let out a long breath. He bowed deeply. The crowd gasped again. A black belt bowing to a little girl. No one expected that, but Master Ryan meant it. His bow wasn't a joke. It was respect, pure respect. When he stood up again, his voice was softer than before. "You are truly special," he said. "I have never seen timing like yours. Never." The girl bowed back, the same quiet way she had since entering the gym. Her father finally stepped forward. His steps were gentle, but his presence suddenly felt heavier. like there was a story hidden behind him that was about to be revealed. Master Ryan turned to him. "Sir, how long has she been training?" The father smiled slightly. "Since she was 4, a wave of shock moved through the crowd. 4? That young? That means 5 years? No wonder she's so good." But the father raised his hand slowly to quiet them. "She did not start normally," he said. "She learned differently. She watches. She listens. She studies every small detail." The girl looked down modestly as her father spoke, like she didn't want attention. "She learns by observing," the father continued. "She doesn't talk much. She never has. But she sees things, small things that others miss. Movements, patterns, timing. She understands them faster than I ever could." Master Ryan listened, amazed. "So she learned by watching?" he asked. The father nodded. "Yes. She watches my training, then repeats it at home. Perfectly. She learns without pressure, without fear. Only focus." Students murmured behind him, stunned by every word. Master Ryan walked closer to the girl and knelt down in front of her. His eyes held deep respect. "You have something rare," he told her. "Something many fighters work for years to find." She looked into his eyes quietly. "You have calmness," he said. "Calmness under pressure. Calmness under fear. Calmness under challenge. That is what makes a true martial artist." The girl blinked once, then bowed deeply. A soft wave of emotion passed through the room. Then something unexpected happened. The entire gym began to clap. It started slowly, 1 pair of hands, then 2, then 20. Soon, the whole gym was filled with loud, proud applause. The sound echoed off the walls as dozens of fighters cheered for the little girl, who had shocked them all. The girl's father placed his hand gently on her shoulder. She looked up at him, and for the first time since walking into the gym, she smiled. A small, shy smile, but full of warmth. Master Ryan stood and joined the applause. He raised his voice above the noise. "From today," he said, "she is not a beginner. She is one of us." Students cheered louder. The girl bowed again, this time with a tiny sparkle in her eyes. Master Ryan walked closer and placed a stripe-hand honorary mark on the girl's belt. "You earned this," he said. "Not because of strength, not because of size, but because of heart." The gym fell silent again as he stepped back. The narrator's voice rises, and so, in a gym full of strong fighters, the smallest person became the one everyone respected the most. She taught them that true power is not loud. True power does not show off. True power is calm, quiet, patient, and unstoppable. The father and daughter walked toward the exit before leaving. She turned back and bowed one last time. Everyone bowed in return, and the little girl walked out, leaving behind a gym full of people who would never forget the day a black belt challenged a child. And the child left the gym speechless.